Good morning. Saturday here. Yes, the title is very specific. I'll get straight to it, even with your name, Frank or Francis Patagalia. You're actually worse than a pedophile. You're a terrorist out in America, in a foreign land, in Philippines. Yes, you are a terrorist. How can you say things about your American president that is what most of the alien that went to America did to President Trump? Or should I say all those crazy Democrats like Ilhan Omar, Rashidi, and then you have AOC and her groups of nutheads. Yeah, no difference. The only difference is that you are doing it outside of America. Yeah, I'm not an American. But like all presidents, some of them are good, some of them are horrible, some of them are totally mad, and some of them are just as crazy as you. So, like Popeye, they call you a pedophile. I'll call you a terrorist, a threat to the American society. That's what you are. That's exactly what you are. Because you don't love your country. And you don't love your president at all. Yeah, agree to disagree. But whatever you said out there is more of a threat to your president than anything else. Is that not true? That is very true, isn't it? Like you have been saying this morning and yesterday in your live streaming, and then you remove it, afraid that other people will listen and actually get upset with what you said, like most of them does now. I don't like to go into politics. I don't like to mess with other country politics. I leave them as it is. But what you're doing to your country and to your president are horrifying. Very horrifying. Crazy. That's why I said, if the Philippines government were to deport you, I'd rather that the Americans, your country, don't accept you in return for your return. You may as well end up in the Latin America country called El Salvador. Yeah, they have a very big prison. That is the place that you need to go there. Age does not count. No matter what age you are, if you are a threat to your country, you have to be ridden off. Like they say, what did they call you? Loss of names? All kinds of names, like they call any other one, but you are the one that is doing it. Talking about 14 years old? Did it ever happen? Have you got the proof? Why are you so upset with some of your American fellow friends or fellow Americans that loves Trump? What is wrong? And why are you receiving all the money from America if you don't like America so much? If you don't like your own country, if you don't love your own country, well, why don't you become a permanent resident in the Philippines? See how they will treat you. Huh? See how the Filipinos will treat you. But you're afraid to go out alone. Rather than you got to hold hands with Gilda. Why? Because you threaten everyone in the Philippines? You badmouth everyone in the Philippines? And you also badmouth your Americans, your fellow Americans? You don't like Big E, you don't like Mick Fisher, you don't like Popeye and the rest of them? Well, just leave them alone. Why are you so upset with the 26% more income that he described that he can get? When, what? Now the president is sitting in the Oval Office. You see, you know next to nothing about economics. Rather than you want to be a master of everything, but we all know that you know next to nothing. You mean economics can just turn around within 24 hours, within 1 year? Is that true? Is that how it works? Or you got to lay a foundation for it to recover? But you're totally stupid, isn't it? You don't like, because what? Some of your fellow Americans love President Trump? What has he got to do with you if you're so pissed off? You're damn stupid, isn't it? And you keep on receiving the money from America. Your old age, your pensions, or whatever, or the hands out. Yeah. Like your Mrs. What? Mary Ann Franco? That gets hand out also from PWD because she does not work also in the Philippines. And she also doesn't like to stay in the Philippines. She's trying to get out of the Philippines, but we know she won't be able to get out because she got no property, she does not work, and she's on social welfare, as they call it. Or government hands out, the other name for it. You are the same. Except that you are residing in the Philippines, in Bantayan Island. Is that not true? Then why are you receiving money from your homeland country? You know, Kesh Patel, it's best that Kesh Patel go after you. You know who is Kesh Patel, isn't it? Or the other name, the one that is even more powerful, Pam Bondi or Bondi, correct? And I hope the Madam Secretary, Christy Nome, stop you from entering America. You see, I do follow American politics, but I don't like to talk about it. Like most of the country politics, even my own country, I don't like to talk about it. But you're getting into everyone's nerves by saying what you do not know. Frank Batagalia? Is that not true? Or are you running out of story, running out of chapter, running out of anything to say, but getting totally mad with everyone out there that loves Donald Trump. Why? Why does he hurt you so much? And if the American society is so bad for you, why don't you reside permanently in Philippines? But I guess most Filipinos also do not like you, isn't it? Like you do not like everyone over the internet that talks about you, especially Popeye, and especially Big E, Mick Fisher, where you cannot get your 250,000 pesos because you want them to pay up for Barry. No one is going to give Barry no money so that it can end up in your pocket, Frank. You know that for a fact. And why did you spend 600,000 pesos? And some of them say you spend 1,000,000 pesos getting Barry into jail, your fellow Americans, because you hate him for what he called you. I've been called that name so often, pedophile, right? But if you are not one, you're not bothered with what other people say. Unless you're one and you definitely feel hurt. That's what you are. Correct? Is that not true? That's why you get upset. Yeah? Crazy people give names to crazy, with crazy ideas and call everyone mad, stupid, pedophile. Is that true? Or is that the only way to trigger you, to upset you, to piss you? Or very likely you won. That's why you get very upset. That's why you don't like what? Frank the pedo. If you're not one, why are you so upset? Why are you so mad? And now you're bringing other people into your game, like Donald Trump. Is he one? Like you read everything from Epstein's file, and you're so sure what you get out there is true? I don't read it unless it comes out in black and white. What other people says out there, if you think it's true, like all the other trolls that likes to tickle you and make you piss off, make you get angry, upset, triggered you. That's what you are. You're easily upset. You're easily triggered. Then get lost. But why do you remove your live streaming after you have ended it? That's why you do not like the replay channel. Because why? You don't like the replay channel. You don't like Frank the pedo simulcast. Because why? Whatever you said out there will remain out there. Is that not true? Like my live streaming, I don't remove because what I say is facts and I'm very straightforward and I'm not afraid what you are going to do to me and say or call me anything, because I know when you get upset, that's what you do best. That's what you do best. And why do you have to prove to yourself that you're a man? Yeah, Big E is very much bigger than me. I call him a tall man. But why do you need to be afraid of anyone that is bigger size than you? I'm very small size, I'm Asian size. But I'm definitely taller than you. And I'm not threatening you at all. Why do I need to threaten? Why do I need to get my fingers dirty? I don't do that. There are other means, other ways. Like you go after Barry. Not true? But you are a stupid old man. You spend so much money. 500,000. Last month you describe it. Now, a couple of days ago you said 600,000. God only knows whether you spend up to $1 million pesos. And what do you get in return? 250,000 pesos from the judgment. Aren't you stupid? Spending all your stupid money just to get someone into jail because what? He calls you a pedophile? You're likely to be one if you're so upset and you're so angry. You know who called me pedophile? Don Bastatino, Mick, Miko. Because why? They are no one. They are little people. Little man. Never grows up. And you believe them? Wow. You must be totally out of your brains, isn't it? Is that not true? You see, I don't get upset easily. I don't get triggered easily because I know whatever they say out there is not true. They even call me a gay. Let them call. Who cares? You? The YouTube community? And they believe in all the trolls? They are as stupid as you are. Or you're more stupid than them to believe on trolls. Wow. Very, very intelligent man, like they call you. But you're damn stupid to believe what they say and what they want you to believe. Because why? You see, most of them that went to your channel, Frank or Francis, they are out there to trigger you, to get you pissed off, to get you mad. They feed you. They feed you with all the lies, all the negativity, and you absorb it into your head. You turn it around and make use of it, not knowing that you're totally stupid. Because why? You believe in all the trolls as you consider them your friend, or your subscriber, exactly like the Princess Mary Ann Nope. Yeah, I call her Mrs. Franco, Mary Franco. Same like you, no difference, easily triggered, easily get upset. Why then do you want to come to the YouTube world and prove to yourself that you are a man, or rather a child man, or man-child, as they call it? Because why? You believe in everything. Wow. Wow. So, why don't you tell your fellow Americans what really triggers you to talk so bad about your American presidents? You're getting money from your homeland country, America. You're spending the Benjamins. Yeah, they call it the Benjamins. Ilhan Omar, she never says American dollar because she does not love your country. You should follow her. You should see what she says about America. She's a total psycho, like you too, Frank Battaglia. Is that not true? It's not that. Is that not true at all? Very true, isn't it? Exactly, very true, isn't it? I guess when you go back to America, you are going to face the music. You are going to face hell because of what you say to your own country. I can tell you that no one is going to let you go. No one is going to let you go. You're just an American terrorist outside of your country. When you go back to your own country, I tell you one thing. It's not going to be peaceful at all for you. Because you have overstepped your boundaries. You have overstepped the red line. Maybe 2, 3 lines. Because your ideologies are now exactly like all those crazy people out there, aliens, as Donald Trump called it. And who is going to get rid of them? Your AG? Huh? Your Madam Secretary? Your FBI Director? I said the name before, but I don't have to repeat the name because I know what are their positions. So, your deportation order is online. Yes, you'll be deported. And also, at the same time, let me tell you one thing. Yes, Omodia is going after your ass too. You remember one of the short videos I put it out there. We'll see. I put it out there. Unless you do not know what I mean by we'll see. But you're damn stupid, isn't it? Going after even the Philippines government, the Filipinos people, and your own country people in America. Where have you got to go? Where have you got to go? Where can you end up? Looks like you got nowhere else to go. Looks like you got nowhere else to go. And I can tell you one thing. You're telling everyone to die before you because you don't like them. You want to trample on their graves and laugh. But ask yourself, are you that healthy? Are you that healthy? Taking all those tablets. I guess all those tablets that you're popping into your stomach will also cause cancer. Like you're trying with all your supplements of drinks, with ginger, with lemongrass, olive oil, turmerics. What kind of shit are you making? Grey water? And you consume it? And you want to tell people that it's healthy? What about the pills you're taking? chemical. Tablets are all chemicals. You mean they are all natural? Most of it are artificial because they extract from whatever source they can get. From the earth, from the trees, and God knows where they get it. They are all chemical agents, compound. Hopefully, you die actually before you can go back to your motherland. Because what you're doing is not helping yourself. And what a stupid idea of lifting up a 5-pound dumbbell because you're so dumb. You're a man, like you said yourself. You can show your muscle. You're not afraid of Jim from Cambodia. You're not afraid of Ricky because Ricky got a big belly. But why are you so afraid of Mick Fisher? Maybe Jay will be over in Bandayan Island with Brevis and a host of their company. Yeah. But you're so afraid. You install camera in the front yard, in the backyard. Why stroll to the beach? Because why? You're afraid that someone will see you, spot you, and inform those staying around there, go after you, get hold of you, because there's no camera other than your handphone, where you keep on taking photos of everyone around you, surrounding you. Because why? You threaten everyone. You want to be the hero. You want to be the strong man. But you are so afraid, little man. And you don't like the words. They call you old frail. Yeah, 71 years old. Are you not old? You mean young, 17 years old? At least a 17 years old can understand better than you, stupid old fools. So, what are you going to do? Who are you going to threaten? Is that not true, what I said about you? And you tell the truth, and the truth tell you that you're intelligent, smart, quick-witted, Or did Len Whistler triggered you also because he loves Donald Trump? Len Whistler, yeah, in your channel, American friend, I know him. Yeah, did he trigger you because he says he loves Trump? Wow. Now you have one visitor to your channel. And he says, you're a nice storyteller, but no one has fed him all the information. I'll give him the information. I know which channel he goes to. And I will advise him to stay off your channel because you're a fucking nuthead. Frank, you're useless. Get off YouTube if you cannot stand the pressure. Get off YouTube if you are so worried about what people call you. Because you're too sensitive. You live in this YouTube world and you want everyone to believe in what you say. All your garbages. That is not true. All your nutritionist advice. That is not true. All your informations about the world, which is totally false. And what about all those men out there that you always describe their manhood? Because yours is a limpet and you call it banana peels. Wow. No wonder they describe you as one of the ED patients. What is ED? Erectile dysfunctional. You know where it belongs to, that words. You have said it long time ago. You have said it long time ago. And for your information, some man that is at your age, 71 years old, 70 years old, they are also Papa. And I can tell you one thing. Donald, son, the youngest one, is also conceived when Donald is very at an elderly age too. Is that not true? And I know a lot of men that is 70 years old that become a father too. What happened to yours? Like I told someone, if you take care of your health, you can fuck until the day you die. But I think you did not take care of your health. You abuse your own self until yours become limping. Yeah, a limping stick. Or some of them call Hungarian sausage. So, is that part of the problem? Is that part of your problem that you get so mad with other people describing their body, describing their manhood? And you are pissed off because they got some chicks that's younger than yours, more beautiful than yours. And you go to the extreme end of saying that they get themselves involved with girls that is below a certain specific age. Why? Because you're one of them. That's why you sing the mushroom songs. Is that not true? Or is that you have a very sad life during your younger age? Cannot get what you want, fantasize about what? Drew Barrymore? Wow. Like who? Like who fantasize about Claudia Schiffer? Another one. And he is totally one, a real one. Because I also got his cuttings from the newspaper. I post it out there. He runs away. He's mad with me and he denies it. Like you want to deny it, friend. Because when you try to deny it and keep on denying it and keep on going after people that calls you that name, that means you're one of them. You see, you want to protect your own innocence. I always say one thing. If you're not one, you're not bothered with what they call you. Definitely you're one. That's why you're very upset. You're very mad. And you go after Barry. Because Barry call you what? Pedophile. And you put him behind bars and you say, no, it's not your doing. It's because he overstayed. But then you said he got to pay you 250,000. Is that not true? So 5 cases, 5 charges. No, 1 case, 5 charges. So did you not put him in jail? So what are the 5 charges? Why don't you drop it? Why did you go after him? That means you put him in jail. Everyone knows that. And because of the 5 times 50,000 pesos, you are waiting. You're very upset. You get angry. Because who? Mick Fisher did not bail him out. Huh? Big E did not bail him out. And you want the 250,000 from them, isn't it? That's why you badmouth Big E, you badmouth Mick Fisher. Because why? You're desperate for your 250,000 pesos. And you say it's nothing, but you spend 600,000 over the issue, over the case, and you got what? Loss in returns? You're damn stupid. Why don't you use 600,000 for other things than to get him into jail? Oh, get Barry into jail. What's the point? Exactly. You're one. Because you're very upset with what he calls you. Is that not true, Frank Battaglia? That is exactly what you are. That's why you get very angry, you get very pissed off. You want to put his ass in jail so you can win. So you win. Hello, Douglas William. Mommy. Maui. Exactly. You're one. That's why you get very upset, very angry. And you want to put him in jail. What's the point? What did you get? You put one in jail with the name Barry, but there's so many others out here now that calls you the same. Most of them also call you that name now. You know who they are. You know exactly who they are. What are you going to do? Take everyone to court? Take each and everyone to court? Have you got the funds? Have you got the money? Have you got the funds? Oh, and you're very upset with Shah because Shah also give you one love letters that you're very upset, very pissed off, and you say some of them out there finance her. Yes, lots of them finance her to get your ass into jail too, Frank. That's what you deserve. But you are very afraid to end up in Barry's cells together with him. And we know, and definitely, you got to pay. You got to pay to make sure that you don't end up there. So how much of money did you spend? For the last 3 months that you're not around, but you dare not to say where you are, just that you're not in YouTube. We know where you end up, but you keep on denying. Your time is already up, Frank. Your time is already up. If they don't get you by the end of this year, next year will be a very hilarious year for you. If they don't get you by the end of this year, Frank, next year, I can tell you one thing. You're going to get hell from a lot of people out there. You're going to get hell from a lot of people out there. And I can tell you one thing. Whoever that is taking you to the house of law, they will have the finance to get you there. Because there's a lot of people that is not happy with what you say, not happy with what you do, not happy at all that you badmouth everyone. Because you never stop. You think it's fun. But the fun has to stop somewhere when there's no truth. And when you make up all the story exactly like the one in Butuan, yes, your Mrs. Mary Franco, same brains. She got no more friends like you. All trolls in her channel. And so is yours, Frank. They are all trolls there. No one that is telling you the correct story or the truth is over in your channel at all. They are just firing you up so that you get mad and you go after every one of them out there. Is that not true? And when there's text message that you do not like, you delete it. As fast as the message arrives, and you remove it. Hello 6165. You remove it. I can say that you have no more country to go. Philippines will kick you out. Philippines is going to kick you out. And when you end up in America, you're going to get hell, Frank, because of what you say about the presidents and all the Americans' friends that you know in YouTube world. They are very upset with what you say because it's not true. You just listen to all the crazy channels that tell you, or should I say, all the Democratic channels. They want to make Donald Trump very bad. But are they all facts? Why are they all being sued by Donald Trump? Why? Because there's no evidence, no facts, just make up story. So you think you're going to end up in America when they deport you? Hopefully, they will send you to the El Salvador prison like the rest of the aliens that end up in America, which do not like America at all. You're one of the Americans that will have the same situation or facing the same situations. Am I not correct? But you want all those money that's is being sent to you from America so that you can spend in the Philippines and you can badmouth your president in America. Wow. They are all going to go after you, Frank. Because you make the mistakes when you badmouth your own country and your own country presidents. That's one thing no one wants to do. That's one thing no one wants to do. No matter how bad he is, you can just say that you don't like him You don't have to add on all those gravies to make it even better, but worse. You're crazy, isn't it? Totally out of your brains, isn't it? That's why you don't like Popeye. You don't like Flying Circus. You don't like Don C. You don't like Mick Fisher. You don't like Big E. There's so many more. Mike Luna. You're crazy, isn't it? Even Ricky Drama, as crazy as he is over the internet world or YouTube world, he doesn't badmouth Donald Trump. He doesn't. Did you see Jim from Cambodia badmouth about his president, Donald Trump? No, he doesn't. You're the only case. You're the only one that's crazy enough to do it. What's wrong with your brains? What's wrong with your brains? Franco, Frankie, Francis, Frank, whatever name they call you. Old frills also. Is that not true? Like they all say that you never served the country. It's okay if you don't want to serve your own country, but you don't have to badmouth your presidents. Why do you need to badmouth your president, even when you don't want to serve your own country? So why? Why did you go after your president? Why did you go after your president in a bad way, in a lunatic way, in a psychopathic way? Because why? You completely lost your brains? Is that not true? What's triggering you so badly that you got to badmouth your own country president? What triggered you to do it? Because Popeye call you a pedo? And because Popeye loves President Trump, so is Mick Fisher, so is Big E, so is Flying Circus, so is Mike Luna, so is Nico. So, you got a problem? Why don't you go back to your country and solve it with your president? Why do you have to badmouth him so badly? Why? Because you don't love your country? But you love Philippines? But what did you say about Philippines when you are now there, over in the Philippines? You also criticize the government. You also badmouth the government. What's wrong with you? I know lots of them, Trump, you're from America. I'm not an American, but I can say that what Frank did is totally wrong. And I will consider him a terrorist. Because what he says is not true. It's just that he got to let it out. Because why? Lots of them love Donald Trump. I'm not an American, but I can tell you one thing. Donald Trump did a lot of good for the Americans. And he wants to bring in all the job back to America. Yes, there are people that's crazy from Amazon and so on that ship all their companies, their manufacturing plant to China. Because why? They want to make more money. And when they want to make more money, they're greedy for money. They forgot that when they send everything out of their country, the country, there's no more job left in America. That's why Donald Trump wants to bring back all the manufacturing plants to America. Yeah. Why are American cars being built overseas in Mexico? Was John Deere factory in Mexico? Why does they have to go to Mexico when they can do it in America? That is American technology, American company. Why not bring them all back? You know why? Because a lot of them did not follow. You know, I give you one example. At one time, Japan. Yes, Japan. Japan is the biggest manufacturing of motorcycles and cars. And Japan export all their factories out of Japan because they want to capture the market and they want to make the car cheaper so that everyone can afford. But I remember during the recession time, about the 1980s, 1990s, Japanese company pulled back. They went back to their own country because of the recession. They went back to Japan and they put back their manufacturing plant in Japan so that their Japanese people will have works. They got factory so that they can go to work, so that they can have a normal living, not at the expense of government hanging out. And this is exactly what the American President Donald Trump is doing. Because all the factories that is in America has been shipped out to other countries. What Donald Trump is doing is to bring back all the manufacturing plant back to America so that all those Americans that's out there will have jobs. That's why he stopped the iron manufacturing plant from being exported out to Japan. I know about it. I read economics. I read the news about economics. So I know what is going on. That is 30 to 40 years ago that I've been reading. So I know who are the people that benefits when the factory are out of your motherland. The company CEO, not the worker. Because all the top brass will have money, all the workers don't have work. Where are they going to get their money? They were the biggest empire at one time, Japan. Yes, I know. That's why until today, there are a lot of Japanese high-tech company. They don't ship it out to any other country. It's still in Japan and it will remain in Japan. Because why? High technology is one thing that you will get good pay, good salary, and good income, or the company will make good money because it's expensive. But there's a few companies that you can follow and you'll find out a lot of reasons why I'm talking about it. You can go and search and research NVIDIA. You search and research NVIDIA. Why is it going upside down? And you can go and research Huawei. Why the American company want to lock them out in the manufacturing of high-tech chipsets? Why? and I have been telling everyone out there, what games they are playing out there are very dangerous. I can only tell you one thing. Our handphone, sooner or later, will run on two systems. One that is totally from China and one that is out of China. So you will have two kinds of systems out there. Because why? When you lock someone out from the race to be the top in all the electronics, you will lock yourself out of the game too. You have to work hand in hand. You cannot say it's spying. You cannot say that they have embedded certain apps into their chipsets so that they can spy on you. You can counter it. You can counter-do it. It works both ways. Very dangerous world we live in, brother. I know. I understand. I know and I understand. That's why, you see, if you were to go back to the war that is happening in Israel, and the type of technology that they acquire to fight, you'll notice that they are capable of doing what they want to do. And it's all because of technology. We don't have to have warplanes anymore. Sooner or later, we don't have to use warplanes anymore. We'll be using all drones. We'll be using all drones. And one person to look out is Elon Musk with all his Starlink. Starlink not only used to transmit information or text, it's more than that. Believe me, it's more than that. Because what he puts up there on top of Earth, a few hundred thousands of it, will do wonders. That's why the Chinese, communist Chinese, they are also doing the same. They are putting lots of satellites out there. And I can tell you, the modern warfare is one thing. You're looking at something like Star Wars. What Star Wars was once a story or a fiction, it has turned into reality. It has turned into reality. Only there are people that do not believe it is able to do it and it is capable of doing it. The next generation of government computers won't be all those servers. Won't be all those servers that is useless to quantum computers. And if you were to understand what is quantum computers, you'll know it does wonders to your servers too. Yeah. Yes. And they are trying to manufacture one thing that is super small. Very small. Nuclear generated electricity. Very small. And they can send it up above Earth. And I can tell you, it's going to last a very long time. And it is going to be very powerful. The technologies are all there. Thanks to who? Thanks to quantum computers. Because they process information very much faster and very accurate. And I can tell you, quantum computers are also used in Big Bang. The Big Bang theory. They don't tell you everything. We don't receive all the information. But from bits and pieces here and there, you know what is happening to this world. I've already said one thing. Those nuclear around the whole earth, whether it's in America, it's in Russia, it's China or India, you see, when all of them push the button, Earth will disappear with all of us together. So why are we upset? Why are we angry? We are living in a time bomb. Earth, Mother Earth is a time bomb now. And with that amount of power, definitely it will blow Earth apart, shatter it into pieces like glasses. But a lot of them do not believe. It will happen, just depend on who is going to push it. And you know how many countries have nuclear power, including North Korea, the madman. And you know what nuclear power can do to Mother Earth. It will destroy it completely. They built this high-powered computer here to AI. Yes, quantum computers are more powerful than AI computers. AI is just artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence soon will be built into humanoids, or they call it robots. And those robots are going to be like humans like. Human looks alike. You'll see them as human, exactly replica of human. But they are all machines. They can talk, they can see, they can interact. And exactly is coming. It is going to come sooner or later. I've talked about it long time ago. Couple of years. I have a video out there also. But a lot of people don't believe. I call North Korea President Mr. Holler, who is going to be Mr. Hollywood. Yeah. He's as crazy as he is. He's definitely very crazy. And he doesn't want anyone to challenge him. He doesn't want anyone in Mother Earth to challenge him at all. Because why? He is one person that is not afraid. And like what they research are totally different. What they research are totally different. Like what you see in science fiction, in Hollywood. Yeah, he turns it into reality. He turns things into reality. Only that Frank is so stupid, Frank Battaglia is so stupid that he does not understand anything at all. And he thinks it's funny. And he thinks that, oh, whatever shit he does out there and says out there, everyone will want to believe in him. No. He's living in La La Land. You know what is La La Land? Makes beliefs. He doesn't understand what is reality at all. He's dreaming. Maybe that's why I call him senile old man. That's what they do when you're senile, when you're old, behave like a children or behave like a kids that's 5 years old. That is exactly what Frank is now. That's exactly what he is. I bet he is not going to grow up anymore because his age is catching up. And like they say, when you get older, you get younger. Exactly. When you get older, you get younger. In what phrase that it means? When you get older, when you turn senile, you become senile. You think like a kid, not like an adult anymore. Your brains function totally different. That is what is happening to Frank now. But he does not understand. He does not get any information that is correct and can put it into correct usage, but he twists around because his brain is not accepting the logics anymore, and he's making make-believe stories or living in La La Land, like we all call. I don't know him, brother. Oh, you should go to Popeye. You go to Popeye channel, you can find out. He is a very dangerous person. You go to Popeye 1 channel, you can find it out. Or you can also look into my community page, you'll find this flying circus, this Popeye in all their short stories. You'll see. And there's also one playlist that you can find that is called Zumba, Franco, and Gildo. Yes, there's one playlist in my channel by the name Zumba, Franco, and Gildo. And you will find it's very hilarious and it's very funny, and it's all about this guy by the name Frank Battaglia. He condemns American president and he also condemns the American. That's why I say he's a terrorist, not a pedophile. He's a terrorist, worse than a pedophile. And I can tell you, whatever he says out there, he will make your bloods boil. I'm not an American also. When I listen to it, I said, that old man is totally nuts. Completely nuts. Very dangerous. You don't believe? You go to the playlist, you look for Zumba, and you look for Franco and Gildo, and you will understand who that person is. And from there, you can find the link. It's somewhere all out there. I've also put some links out there. And I can tell you, you don't want this guy to be back in America at all. And in Philippines, he also badmouthed the Philippines government and also badmouthed all the Filipinos in the Philippines. He has got no more place to go. Where else can he go? El Salvador prison in Latin America. That's one place that all these nutcase got to be there, or they call it hardcore criminal. Hardcore criminal. And he belongs there because he is crazy. What he says is not acceptable at all in American society, not to mention in the Philippines society. He's totally crazy, totally out of his brains to say what he wants to say. And I bet he's going to come after me. But I don't care about you, Franco. I know you will end up together with Barry in jail. That's where you put your American brother in jail. He's totally nuts. He took this Barry Jordan to court, sue him because Barry Jordan called him a pedophile. He spent 600,000 pesos and he only gets awarded 250,000 pesos in return. So he's still making a loss. But he cannot recover the 250,000 pesos because Barry is not paying him. And he goes after Mick Fisher and Big E because he knows these two guys got money. But this two guys is not going to bail Barry out for what he said or for what he did in the Philippines. And he goes after both of them. So you see, he's a nutcase. He expects friends to give Barry the money and Barry to send him the money because the courts awarded him 250,000 with 5 counts that he said he did not put Barry in jail. But what are the 5 counts? Because Barry badmouthed and called him a pedophile and he took Barry to jail. That's what he did. But he denied it initially until we pointed it to him. 5 charges from you, and you did not, and you say you did not put Barry in jail. You see, this is one nutcase that does not know or does not remember what he did. And he tried to deny it. He tried to deny it. Frank, we know how you think. We know how your brains works. And I can tell you one thing. You are becoming senile. And if you become senile, or should I say already senile, it's best you stay away from YouTube. Because whatever you say there is going to hurt all your fellow Americans. And I can tell you one thing, they are not going to let you off, and they are not going to let you go off easily. What you say have implication, and there's a price to pay. And believe me, you'll pay. Like Ricky Drama says, you pay, you pay, you pay. And definitely you'll pay for what you say out there. You don't believe? It's up to you. You know, Yas Amodia is going after you also. And Yas already let you know he's in Cebu. Like, it's snowing in Cebu. So you get the picture? You get the picture? Yes, it's already in Cebu. And he's going after you for what you say about her. And there's one thing you know you don't want to get into. But you did it. So you got to answer for it. You got to blame yourself for your dirty, filthy mouth. You don't talk about it, you'll be safe. You got no trouble. But when you talk about it, you put yourself into trouble. Remember that. Why I'm using your name? Because I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out, Frank Batagalia. I'm not afraid of you. As you know, lots of them don't like me in YouTube when I call them out. And I'm telling you, I'm not afraid of you. You can be bigger size than me, but I'll never get my hands dirty. That's all. Have a good day, everyone. Have a good weekend. And Frank, get off YouTube if you cannot stand what is being said out there. Get off YouTube. Nobody cares about you. Nobody bothers about what you say. But it will implicate you and you'll get yourself into trouble. Believe me or not, you have already put yourself into a lot of trouble. And I can tell you one thing, you are not going to get off lightly this time. If they don't get you by the end of this year, next year is going to be hilarious year for you, Frank. That's it. Enjoy the rest of your effing life in your YouTube effing. Have fun. It's your words. It's your decision. No one stops you. The only thing is that at the end of the day, when it comes after you, don't go crying. That's what they say about you. Crying to your mama. Take care of your health. Have a good day, everyone. Have fun. Have fun. It's a nice weekend. Enjoy yourself. Don't get depressed. Don't get upset. Don't get mad. Smile and have a good life. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for dropping by and listening. And Frank, watch out for yourself, because they are going to get you, not me. I'm telling you that. Bye bye.